Dawn Sessler. Today we will be hearing from Bryan Lewis. He is the CEO of IntelliCheck, and he is also an ID theft and fraud expert. This is something that will help you with all the different scams that are going on. Bryan, tell us about this.
Unfortunately, New York is going up in the polls in the wrong way. They now rank 7th nationally in identity theft, up from 11th. Part of it is because so much data has been breached, which allows identity thieves to steal our identities. But then, unfortunately, there's a lot of ways that we give the thieves information that we shouldn't. And I hear about people falling for phishing attempts all the time. And that's what people have to be aware of. The smartest things people can do is really about 4 or 5 steps. Be careful with your email password. Make sure you change it, because if you think about it, your email is your gateway to change all other passwords. If I know your email password and I can log into it and I reset a password, I can intercept that and change your other accounts. I'd also say that people should reset their passwords regularly. Those of us in the workforce know our employers make us do it. There's a reason we should follow the same cadence at home. I personally think identity theft, number of ways it can happen. One of the best ways to catch it as soon as it happens is sign up for a credit monitoring service. They're free. And as soon as an account is opened in your name that you are not aware of, you know you're a victim, and you can take some steps to make sure you're not held liable for it. And then the other thing I'd say is use common sense when it comes to email or phone calls. If it looks suspicious, don't open it. If it sounds funny on the phone, hang up and call back your bank or the government agency. No financial institution or government agency will ever call you and ask you for personal information. They should already have it on file, so why do they need you to give it to them? And then, again, be careful of social engineering. We've all seen our friends on Facebook fill out those forms that say, oh, who was your high school mascot? What was your first car? What's your favorite flavor of ice cream? And send it to 10 of your friends. If you think about it, those are the exact same questions that you often get asked if you're looking to reset a password. We should all be careful about what we put in the public domain and protect our information from being hacked into the best we can. And then watch our credit reports, because unfortunately, to buy your information online, your social security number costs $1. Your driver's license information costs about $20. And then for me to buy a realistic-looking driver's license that even law enforcement can't tell apart. Law enforcement in New York State can't tell it apart. They use our services to help them. And if you go into a store and you want to open up credit, what do they ask you for? Government-issued ID, social security number. In about 30, 40 seconds, a crook can open an account in your name, walk out with jewelry or TVs, and you're left holding the bag. The really sad part is, given how good these fakes are, and given how much information the fraudsters have about us, it's getting harder and harder to prove that you didn't do it. And the amount of these fraud losses that the consumer had to eat doubled last year. For example, new account fraud to clear your name is now costing consumers on average just over $700. It's a large and growing problem. It's gotten bigger and bigger every year. What we're going to see and beginning to see is all of the unemployment fraud, where people claimed to be you, claimed unemployment benefits, they took it, and a lot of people are only finding out about it now when they're getting the Form 1099-G from the IRS, which says this is the amount of income tax you owe on those benefits. They're right now estimating about $36 billion across the United States were stolen in unemployment claims. And that's going to be a very, very large tax bill for a lot of people for a long time to prove that it wasn't them.
We just heard from Bryan Lewis. He is CEO of IntelliCheck, and he's also an ID theft and fraud expert. I am Dawn Sessler for Spotlight.